Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, I have one question for you. Will you be my Valentine? As Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Battlenet News. From the Battlenet News broadcast bunker in Minneapolis, Minnesota, today is February 13th, 2018. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. It is now 9:09 p.m. Central. We're doing 1 hour early than normal, and I think we will continue doing that for a while. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for joining us from around the Blizzard universe. My name is Pat Crane, your host of the show. And, of course, we have a full complement of players tonight. So we'll go to the guy from Lords of the Storm, a show about Heroes of the Storm. It's Gizmo!
Thank you, Pat, for the compliments about complimenting the other compliments.
All right, he's too slow. Let's go to our next player. We'll get back to you. Don't worry about it. And from Lagging Balls and from doubletap.com, dbltap.com, it's Thyst!
Hi.
Hi.
Nice.
That's it?
Pat.
That's all you got?
It's really great to be here.
I'm glad you're here as well. All right, and then from Merely a Setback, a show about World of Warcraft, the story of World of Warcraft, and other such things. It's Sharku!
I don't even know what's going on right now. Apparently, Gizmozord started working for NPR, and Thyst was assimilated by the Borg. It's really confusing, and I'm just happy to be here. It's been a while. Hey guys, hey
Shark, hey Shark, welcome back. It's been about like a month.
I was on for like one episode. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Where you been at?
Yeah, man. Where you be, man?
Everywhere, dude. Just
nice.
Rolling.
Just rolling.
On this corner, working.
They're trying to catch you. Right, dirty.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome Twitch chat. Welcome to everybody that's listening to us out in the world of Warcraft and other
not
such
anymore
places.
After those intros.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Let's move it along and maybe talk a little bit about. We normally talk about a little bit about ourselves and what we've been up to in game, especially. And Gizmo, I'm gonna let you kind of take it. What have you been up to? You're in the alpha, right?
Yes, I am in the alpha. I have been leveling a little gnome hunter because who doesn't want to be a gnome hunter?
Everybody.
Wow. Got some real hate on that one.
Well, I want to be a gnome hunter.
Got some stank on it.
That must make you not everybody.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, so I've been doing that, and then also playing some Maiev, not my everything Maiev.
Yeah, it's Maiev.
Who, yes,
not Maiev.
Is still doing okay, and I've been racing rockets in Heroes Kart.
Oh, right. And we'll get to all this stuff too, because this is all in the notes. So we're going to talk about everything, including the hunting thing, which I have also been doing in the alpha, and it's weird. It's different. They're trying some new things, so it's kind of cool. Thyst.
Hi.
Hi. How about you? What have you been doing in games?
Raiding a lot.
Yeah. How's the team doing?
Very well, thank you. We're progressing on Heroic Agromar at the moment. It's actually not too bad. It's a little tricky for fire mages, but I'm making it work. It's fine. And capturing that flag in Overwatch,
yeah,
just sort of, trying to capture it and or defend it. I bought 50 loot boxes the other night, and I got like all of the things that I wanted.
Nice.
So thank you, Jeff Kaplan, for smiling upon me. But yeah, no, I spent last weekend watching over, I'd say 20 hours of esports, WoW and Overwatch.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's been a good life. I'm having a good time in life.
And if you want to hear our conversation about all the esports that Thyst watched over the weekend, make sure to check out Battlenet Sports, which is on its own feed now, by the way, guys. We did a month of Battlenet Sports on this one, and now it's got its own feed, its own RSS feed, so it's out on iTunes and all the other places. So just look up Battlenet Sports, and you'll find the show.
Yeah, do it.
Cool.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's all the Blizzard esports and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's good. Shark, now we come to you because you haven't been here in a long time.
Hi, I'm Sharku. I play the Warcrafts. I play the video games. I play the things. And so Asparagus Initiative, we're still going, sort of.
Cool.
But we got AOTC like forever ago, so I'm sure I haven't been on since we've done that. But yay, we killed the final boss on heroic mode.
Wait, hold on a sec. I'll do that. I'll do that. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And when you when you get AOTC, especially like the last raid of the expansion, attendance is going to fall off.
Yeah.
Especially then. It's going to fall off.
It's taken a nosedive. We even went in and we killed the first mythic boss, and we were like, hey, we can do this. Let's keep going. And then half the raid team's like, just no.
Right. People get tired.
We've been playing for quite a while now. I can't even remember when we formed, but I feel like it's been a minute. But yeah, so just kind of falling off a little bit. But we got some cool stuff planned. We're thinking about maybe everybody rolling alts and just starting progression again in a different class or role or something.
Cool.
And playing around, but that's been fun. Been playing a lot of Skyrim recently. I don't know why.
Okay,
but that's a thing.
We'll forgive you, I guess.
Game, right? That's a Blizzard game.
Yeah, not really.
I got to replay it like twice a year for some reason, like the whole thing. Just go all the way through it. Same thing, Final Fantasy VII. I'm
just
not there
OCD,
yet, but
just OCD.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I have to.
It's like rewatching Star Wars. It's like you just got to do it sometimes. You just gotta do it again. All the movies, all of them in a row, and the Clone Wars and Rebels, just the whole thing.
Well, question. Yeah. What is the ahead of the curve mount this expansion?
It's the purple eagle. It's the candy bird.
Oh, okay.
The candy bird. Yeah.
It's pretty, and I've been flying around. And I also randomly, as I was trying to, I finally unlocked a allied race.
Oh, nice.
So because I bought BFA, and so I finally unlocked the Nightborn.
Yeah, that one's the easy one, I think.
I already got him exalted, but then I had to go. I got him exalted, and I had to finish the quest line because you have to do an extra quest line after you get the exalted. What you need for flying, right? And so I was like,
that's what you need for flying. Yeah.
So I finally did that, and it's been pretty incredible.
Pretty dope, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that as far as the allied races go, I think the Horde probably has a little easier than the Alliance, only because this is a common thing that we see on the forums, which are total catastrophe when it comes to allied races. Like, mention the allied races and people are just all up in arms. But the Horde does have a slightly easier, only because those reps have been around longer, right?
Yeah.
So, because you have the High Mountain and the Nightborn, and then for the Alliance, you have the two new ones, Lights, whatever it is, and the Argusian Reach. Which is the one I actually need to start farming because I want to start a Void Elf, but
hates the rep grind, really do. The worst part is my girlfriend hates me now because I got one of those little chests that you get for Nightborn when you go over exalted. Every now and again you get a chest, right? Yep. I don't remember what they're emissary chests. I got one of those, and the first one I ever opened had the mount in it.
Nice.
Yay!
Congratulations.
She was so mad. She's been doing that like incessantly, still has none of the mounts, and has everything exalted and does dailies every day. And nope, just first when I open, I had the mount, and I don't even care. It's
Right.
She's so she hates me now. And,
Well,
but there you go.
There we have it.
There you have it.
Awesome. I just want to talk a little bit, a couple of different things. First of all, there's lots of different stuff to watch this week, or the last week and the next couple of weeks, really, with all the different esports going on, with the Olympics going on, with, I don't even know. There's so much stuff just for your visual entertainment, competing for your favor, as it were.
Esports and real sports.
So I did like a little Twitter poll, and I don't remember how many people were actually in it, but
5.
it was more than 5. It was over. I know it was over 100 people.
Oh.
Over 100 people were surveyed, and here's what they had to say.
Survey said.
I was like, what are you watching more? Are you watching Olympics over esports over Olympics, a little bit of both, or a lot of nothing? A lot of none of that. Or are you just watching Altered Carbon? Which is fine. It's a thing to do. So the results came in, and Olympics over esports, 23%. Esports over Olympics, 31%. I kind of figured that would be a little bit more than Olympics. A little bit of both, 8%. And then a lot of neither, 38%, which was the winner. So more people are watching neither than watching esports over Olympics. But
What are they watching?
Altered Carbon or something.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, I know what they're watching.
What?
Never mind.
Porn?
Yeah. So you can say it because it's your show.
If Pat says it, it's okay.
Yeah. Pat says porn, we can all say porn.
So there you go.
That's definitely what they're watching.
So there
But
you
they're
go.
probably watching like that weird like Blizzard porn.
Yeah, right.
I say weird, but it's totally normal. And very
Okay.
well done, actually,
All right.
in some cases.
Ah,
I have
Like
I have not
Pixar
seen
quality.
any of it, so
Yeah, right.
not yet. You haven't sent the links. All right.
Oh, I
So
know what I'm doing later.
boy. Another couple of notes. Well, actually, just one, really. So I want to talk about this, and I don't even know how to talk about it because I just came up with the idea recently. I've been wanting to embiggen what Battlenet News is, what Battlenet Sports is. So I created Battlenet Sports, and I'm like going, oh man, this is awesome. I love Battlenet Sports, especially side by side with Battlenet News, and I want to do more in this space. I want to do more kind of newsy stuff in the space of Blizzard games. So the idea came to me recently. I want to say this morning. I'm sure it didn't though, but I talked about it this morning. So we're actually going to be we're actually looking for volunteer writers. So if you are a writer and you want to get involved with Battlenet News, Battlenet Sports, and the whole Convert to Raid deal, we're looking for writers for articles and stories about what is going on in the various Blizzard games, so that we can bring our own take into as far as what's happening with Blizzard games and esports. So if you are interested, if you have a little bit of a writing passion or a background, or like you're a journalism student, or maybe not, maybe you're just like really super psyched about all Blizzard games and you want to write about it, you want to have a voice, you can apply at our special website, which is battlenetnews.com. So battlenetnews.com, you can apply there. It's a little form, and you can kind of check it out and see if it's something for you. But I just kind of wanted to bring your attention to it. So battlenetnews.com, and you can apply to be a writer for Convert to Raid and all that we do. So there.
Yeah.
So
Can I be a writer? Like, can I get like a horse and a big banner that says Battlenet News and like ride it around town?
A writer?
A writer for the website, like battlenetnews.com.
No.
I'll have a big placard on the horse and like a big banner and be like,
can you do it?
yeah,
No.
I want to be a writer,
No.
not a writer.
No, you can't do it.
His writing takes intelligence.
Can I do it?
That's it now.
Gizmo, Gizmo, you might be able to do it.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Man, I tried.
Right. But for now, we move to the Convert to Raid Top 10. Yes, the Convert to Raid Top 10. We've been doing this for the last few weeks, and it's been dumb. It's been really dumb.
Because I have literally no idea what's going on.
I know you don't.
Good.
You haven't listened to the show. You're fine.
I don't listen.
So,
I don't do anything.
Top 10 list. This week's top 10 list is top 10 shocking revelations from BFA Alpha. So the top 10 shocking revelations from the Alpha. Here we go. Number 10, Vulpera rabies outbreak. That's number 10. Number 9, island expeditions now come with choice of tiki glasses.
Good.
I bet you didn't know that. Number 8, there is a quest line of an actual witch trial, yet mages and warlocks still safe from persecution.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
even when casting right in front of them, they're fine with it.
Right. It's so weird.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch? That's the test. You got to figure it out.
I guess. I don't know. All right. Number 7, shocking revelations from BFA Alpha. Gallywix using Azerite profits for Goblin Orphanage. He's really
shocking.
He's really kind at heart. He really is. Yeah.
Child labor?
Yeah. It's basically for child labor, but whatever. Number 6, the burning of Teldrassil initiates fire safety campaign from Smokey the Bear Druid.
That's funny. Did you write that, Pat? That's funny.
Good one. That's a good one.
Nobody knows who writes anything around here. All right.
Yeah.
Number 5, shocking revelation from BFA Alpha. In Warfronts, Stromgarde renamed Steve City. Why? I don't know.
Steve Perry?
Steve Perry. That would have been better. All right. Number 4. Battle for Lordaeron uses plot from original Revenge of the Nerds movie. It's true. Totally true. All right. The number 3 shocking revelation from BFA Alpha. Jaina, still pissed off. She's still angry.
That's
what?
Ridiculous.
She's still really, really angry. Number 2. Anduin's voice changes from man-child to man-preteen. It's a very slight change. And the number 1 shocking revelation from BFA Alpha is Battle for Azeroth Alpha is not the final release. So that's the very silly top 10 for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. It was fun.
I did.
It was a fun one, I thought. I liked it. All right, let's move on.
A lot of those are really close to Judith.
Judith was pretty good last week. That was not bad. Mm-hmm. Right. So
Judith is my favorite.
Yeah, we need to have eventually a top 10 of the top 10.
Well, we need 10 first.
Yes, yes, of course.
That was only number 3. That was only number 3. We'll get to 10, and then that'll be the top 10. No, it won't be. Let's move on to the news. All right, let's talk full Battlenet news. Blizzard did the Q4 earnings call for Activision Blizzard, and things are looking up, I think. Considering that they didn't have a game that they released, they did really, really well. Right, Gizmo?
They did. And a lot of it is in part to continuous content across all their franchises, including Overwatch, Hearthstone, World of Warcraft. They did. I'll forgive them. I'm correcting them right now. Leave Heroes of the Storm off that list. It's okay, no. Blizzard. I got you. Correction made. So I mean, there's been an incredible amount of content released from their franchises this year that has been top notch. So well done on that. 2017 was an important year. They prep for future growth initiatives, including Overwatch League.
No, really? They were preparing for
Overwatch
League? I have not heard of that place.
It's great. It came out of nowhere. Like, it just happened.
Is it like a bowling league? Kind of?
It's similar. It's similar. But somehow, without anyone noticing, they gathered 12, franchises across the globe with some pretty big name owners. So I don't know how they did it. But it's been incredible. There's, reached more than 10 million unique viewers across the world. The average audience, it has been 280,000 per minute basis. Yeah, which is pretty dang incredible.
It's pretty cray-cray. It really is. So, and it seems like their users are essentially the same, maybe a little bit more than in previous years as well. And so it's just kind of nice to get a snapshot from Blizzard about where they're at. And it looks like everything's going well, especially in a no new game year. It was one of the top ones where they didn't have a game. So that's cool.
Yep.
You can't improve on perfection, right? So
you can always improve.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what I did today? I bought some Sour Patch Kids. You know why? Because they sponsor Overwatch League. I saw them and I was like, I don't like those, but I'm buying them.
Nice.
Now I'm eating them.
You're not going to eat them. You're just going to buy them and then stuff them into a corner in your house.
I ate them though.
Oh, you did? How were they?
They're really good, actually.
Good.
Thyst, was it also because you saw this picture?
Oh God!
And you were super happy about it.
It's the creepy Ian picture. Oh,
but also super sour about it.
It's the Night Elf Ian.
No such thing as creepy Ian.
I don't know. That.
I was wondering when I just wanted to use that at some point, and I didn't know when.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate you using that on me in public.
If I see that picture pop up behind me, I am gonna. I will need new pants. That's all I'm saying.
Listen.
Yeah.
The man's never taken a bad photo.
My whole life hurts.
No, but that was photoshopped into a bad photo, so it
doesn't matter.
God, no, no.
God.
Oh,
that's literally the most terrifying thing that I've ever put in my eyeballs.
It really is. Oh, so creepy. All right.
And Thyst, if that turns you on, there's something seriously wrong with you. I've just got to say, like,
I thought we already knew that there's something seriously wrong with me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, now I'm petrified. Now I don't even know if I can be in the same room with you.
So we don't have a chance.
All right,
I didn't say that.
We're moving on to World of Warcraft.
A clever strategy.
Oh yes, let's get out of this conversation. Let's talk a little bit about the alpha. And I know that Thyst and Shark, you guys are not in the alpha yet.
Thanks for bringing that up, Pat. That's
right. Next, I'm gonna give you a paper cut and pour lemon juice on it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And
get a message in Discord. Gizmo's like, I got alpha. Everybody check your email. It's like, oh well, we know who
and
the important ones on the podcast must be.
And Gizmo and I are in the alpha. Now, I do want to tell you guys, Thyst and Shark, you're not missing a lot. You're not missing a lot if you played it all. If you played it all at BlizzCon,
it's the BlizzCon patch with a little difference.
With a little bit more, and they're doing some class changes and all that kind of stuff to try to figure some stuff out. But there's two zones, Drustvar and Nazmir, or Nazmir. I don't know how to pronounce it. Two dungeons. Taldazar and Freehold. So we have the Troll dungeon and the Pirate dungeon available. Although it's really hard to get into a dungeon on Alpha because there are so few healers and tanks that are willing to actually pull you through. So it's tough stuff. But Gizmo, I want to talk to you real quick because you've seen some of this stuff firsthand. And what are your impressions of whatever you saw? What did you see, and what are your impressions of it? I guess.
Yeah, so I have just spent time in Drustvar so far. I haven't made it to Nazmir. Leveling up a gnome hunter, taking my time, kind of going really slow, just exploring the environments. I really, really enjoy Drustvar. The color scheme of it, it's not real bright in WoW like a lot of the zones are in World of Warcraft. It reminds me a lot of oh man, what's the Worgen starting zone?
Oh yeah,
Gilneas.
Yeah, Gilneas.
Gilneas. So kind of dark and dreary. The storyline throughout the questing seems it's neat, entertaining, kind of dark. But it's, you know, a lot of the new models and stuff are beautiful, but there's a lot that just isn't accessible. Like I was really wanting to try out Survival Hunter, but it seems a lot of the talents and stuff for Survival Hunter just aren't in right now or are not working. Right. You'll get a lot of UI pop-ups over hovering things. Yep. Same with Marksman. It's pretty much Beastmaster that you can play most right now.
Well, you can play Marks. I was playing Marks for a little bit, and it's kind of interesting to see some of the differences from Legion. Just kind of because I've been playing my Hunter a lot in Legion. I was playing a Hunter in Alpha, and it felt very different. Like Beast Mastery was pretty much the same, it seemed like, but the other two specs are like completely different.
There's a huge difference to Beast Mastery, though.
There is.
Yeah,
and I can't handle it.
What is it?
Okay,
describe it.
Yeah,
describe it.
Okay,
it's Hattie's not there.
Wait, what?
He's not there.
Right. Well, yeah, you don't have your artifact.
Hattie.
Your artifact pet.
Your artifact doggy.
Yeah.
Like
don't have that.
they could have figured something out. They could have figured out where he links his soul to you instead of the weapon, and you can have him forever. And now you get two pets.
Before you despair, though, I will remind you that this is we're not even in beta. We're in alpha.
I know.
And so we don't know exactly where this is going. There's going to be lots of different tweaks and changes and
I will say one thing, and I completely understand they don't want the double pet gameplay thing anymore. Like from a gameplay perspective, that makes sense. But if they don't find a way to put Hattie in that game, you're going to have some very, very, very upset Beastmaster hunters. Because if people have been playing Beastmaster this entire time, there's a good reason it's because they love animals and they love Hattie.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it's just sad when you lose. I mean, I don't know. It's so they gotta do so. They gotta like have a skin or something, or like have it's like they. I really hope they do that story.
And I think they will. And actually, Hattie is kind of like the electrical wolves in Mop, right? So
yeah, and you have the skin. It's not just. I think it's more of an emotional connection.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like that's my dog, and now that the weapon's gone, like I lose Ebon Bolt or Ebon Chill, and that's sad. That's sad, but I'm not emotionally connected to that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. And I do think another thing that you may not be fully getting in alpha is I don't think they have copy character. Do they?
They don't. Yeah.
They don't. So you can't copy a character over. So we don't know how the artifact changes thing. I mean, druids don't get all of their artifact skins and right now
there's
in alpha.
Some artifact things that they mix in. That's what I really wanted them to see with Beastmaster is for there to be a talent somewhere that says, hey, Hattie's going to be a talent now. Well, and somehow she connected to you, you know what I mean? And now you can have double doggies or do more damage to whatever.
They could potentially tie her into like Dire Beast or something.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There are a bunch of different things that are being worked on right now, as we said, and I think just to address your issues in particular, that they are working in some artifact traits and Legion legendary effects into talents now, where they're taking some of these different effects that we found are actually kind of exciting or new or different or whatever, and they're actually working them into the talent systems and seeing how they work in those different classes and in those different specs.
Like Fire Mage, for example, their artifact power is now a talent that you can choose.
Yes, I'm so happy about that.
So
I'm so pleased.
Yeah, but you lose Flame On for it or whatever, the double fire blast.
I think if it comes down, as long as they can tune it properly, it just comes down to choice then.
Right, and it's going to be whichever one does the most DPS. Like, we all know that.
But it will be in a certain situation. So if one's AoE or one single target, or whatever,
depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
I am glad about Phoenix Flames though, because that spell animation is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I'm gonna shoot a bird at you that's on fire. Deal with it.
Right. And I guess hunters are throwing eagles at people now. I don't understand exactly how that was working out, but
why not?
Right. Sure. Why not?
You want a bird in your face? Didn't think so. That's PvP,
Eagle
my
to
friend.
the face.
Yeah.
Eagle right to the face.
Featherbolt. Oh, I just hit my microphone.
That's right.
But I will say I'm excited for them to continue working on survival. And once that is, I think somebody else just said in chat, once survival is more fleshed out, because they are changing this expansion to where instead of melee, like it was in Legion, it's going to be like a good mix between melee and ranged, which sounds fun.
What's survival?
It's been
like 5 years since anybody's played that spec.
It used to be my favorite spec. And then when they went to melee, I still liked it.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, when you started playing in Wrath, wasn't that the last
man, I loved survival back then. I really loved survival back then. And then they changed it to melee, and I was like going, no, actually, this is kind of cool. You know, harpoon and, you know, just a lot of melee stuff.
I thought the changes were really cool, but it was just not balanced correctly for this whole expansion. It was the rotation was complex and difficult, and there was no payoff for learning how to do the rotation correctly. Right. Because if you were doing it perfectly, you were still probably bottom charts if everybody else was on the same tier, on the same playing level ground. So so hopefully this will fix it. But like I said, I don't think the fact that it was all melee was the problem. I'm kind of sad that they're not doing all melee again. I don't understand how
it was not just the game. It wasn't just the balancing of it. It was the gameplay of it. People thought it was too jarring for hunters, so they wanted to give some more shots and stuff like that. And so
they're take it slow with the hunters.
So they're giving them back
some. Had this conversation before.
They're giving them back some range and trying to make it that way. They're also trying some different changes with marks to try to make it a little bit more on the move. Like they have a couple of different shots where you can do them on the move. They're doing a bunch of different stuff. I don't want to make this whole thing about hunters though, because there's a lot of different changes to a lot of different classes and specs. So, and I'm sure that we'll be finding out more stuff as we go through. Let's do two of the things. So, we do have some different abilities that scale differently in Alpha. One of which is attack power. So class abilities now will scale with attack power instead of weapon damage, at least on the Alpha right now. That's kind of the way that it's going. Gizmo, what's your take with that? Is that going to help?
Yeah, it was a little confusing at first, but I think what they're doing, so prior abilities were scaling with weapon damage, which seems fine, but there's a lot of classes that don't necessarily rely on weapons as much, and I don't believe their weapons were as powerful. Maybe I'm wrong, but after reading this, it makes more sense to, instead of scaling with those weapons, you're just scaling with attack power, and it might be easier to balance out between all the classes if those are similar, instead of having, somebody carrying a staff or a wand that they never use, so the attack power on it's not very high. So it seems just like a quality of life thing for balancing, and it really shouldn't affect us much. But I think that's kind of the path they're taking there.
That's cool.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting choice for me, just because there are some classes I want them to keep the weapon abilities. Like a warrior, for example. I understand why they're kind of making this for the whole, but having that difference, like, okay, my abilities all scale based on how awesome my axes are, right?
Sure, swords, whatever.
And I don't know, or swords or whatever. Like, it's all about the tools that I have.
Some classes are weapon centric.
Yeah, it's not anything you're going to notice, though. I mean, technically,
I know.
Technically, shouldn't your abilities scale with how powerful you are and how you've trained? It's not. It's, the pin can be mightier than the sword shark.
Sure, my weapon is more powerful, but I am more powerful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I get it.
You guys just talking about your weapons all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so powerful. All right. Another. Yes, Thyst. Did you
when I say stuff, you guys don't say anything afterwards. You just
trying to not go down.
You know why? You know why?
We're all thinking about
on track.
It puts us into awkward positions. Let's just say it.
What?
No.
Exactly. Hey, Thyst, did you see the new Warlock animations?
I did.
Spell effects? What do you think?
I think that it looks very Warlocky. I approve very much. I love all of the fire animations, like they shoot out and then they go all Christy, you know? So it's like as a fire mage, like I'm looking at fire spells all day or a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so you know, it's your big like sort of pyros and your straight shooters, but the fire animations for warlocks are kind of like, you know, a little more zesty, a little more warlocky. And then what was it? Leech life?
Drain life.
Drain life?
Yeah.
That looks cool. It's like green and purple. It's like all of the things the warlocks love, especially green and purple.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be great. And I really am not looking forward to seeing it on the battleground because that's really annoying.
Like all the effects look really, really cool. Rain of Fire looks updated and awesome. And what was it? Was it Chaos Bolt or the big purple glob of goo that fires at people's faces?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. That one looks really cool.
Can you keep describing it, please?
Yes, it's purpley. It's very purpley.
I kind of agree with a lot of the comments on these videos and stuff about Incinerate and Immolate. They're the fire abilities. They move around a lot. The animations themselves look cool, but they look like really wimpy spells.
I thought they looked good. I thought they looked, I don't know.
Like the animation itself looks cool, but I need more fire.
Yeah, but then you're encroaching on my territory, and I don't appreciate that.
Destruction has been encroaching on Fire Mage pretty much its entire existence.
Yeah.
So
I know.
It's kind of the same thing, except for you wear blue and they wear purple. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's the only
Warlocks
difference.
are wannabe mages that got kicked out of the academy and had to sell their soul to the literal devil in order to get any powers whatsoever. So
that's right.
Who even cares, Warlocks?
Who even cares? Who even cares? I like that. That's funny.
Oh, send all your hate mail.
Let's see. What else? Anything else as far as changes in Alpha? I know that it's really tough to talk about Alpha and
God, everything. We could do this for hours.
Too carried away because, I mean, Alpha is Alpha and it will change. That is the one thing that will definitely happen. So why don't we just table this?
Can I say one last thing?
Boy.
I know, I'm Sharku.
Of course you do. All right, go ahead.
Mages matter again. In a big way, they bring intellect again. Yeah, they're bringing the buffs back. The intellect buffs.
Not if you're playing. Ha ha! Oh, that was a shot across the bow.
You're right, because I have arcane brilliance, sir. Arcane brilliance. But yeah, they're bringing some buffs back. So mages, priests, and warrior are going to have some boosts.
And so we don't know exactly if this is I don't think this is going to be the final version of anything, but they are messing about with the class raid buffs and debuffs and so on. So we'll be looking. I just
think that's pretty cool because I'm going to continually forget to cast that spell.
I keep looking for it since I've never gotten over that. Like that was, like when you're a mage, you've got a few responsibilities. You put down the buns, you lust, and you make people smart.
I have spent this entire expansion feeling like I'm forgetting something.
I know, right?
Right.
It's every time I pull, I'm missing.
Like, there's something more. It's not just pre-pot and what am I missing?
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not sure if it's like me missing, like actually using the spell, or if it's me missing my raid team members going, Thyst.
Buffs, mage buff, mage buff, mage buff.
Oh, man. The days of buffs. All right.
I can't wait. I love getting buffed.
Okay, we need to move on. Let's move on to what's actually happening over on live World of Warcraft.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, and we will first begin with Ulduar, because Ulduar Timewalking has begun. And for that, I think we're going to do the big applause. So, only because people have been looking forward to this. Thyst, you remember the days going through Ulduar, right?
Yes, I remember.
And
I'm looking forward to doing it again in a way that it feels new,
Right.
I mean, whether or not that's going to be awesome. I mean, I'm sure it will, but right. I don't know. I think I'm going to try to get a big group, go through it. Hopefully, I think it'll be fun. It's just like doing old content from back in the day, back when I was like young and I didn't care about things except, no, it's pretty much the same as it is now. It's going to be fine. It's going to be good.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know, all this like old content that's relevant again. Relevant is relative, but it's awesome. And what I love most is when people who never did it in current content get to do it for the first time and you get to run through it with them. Like, I love that. It's like seeing it through their eyes, like new and exciting. And it's really special. Yeah.
Well, and people may need to actually carve out more than just one night for this particular thing. Cause I think I'm pretty sure there are, let me count them up. There's about 147 bosses.
I think so.
Give or take. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it depends on if you do the, +0 or +4, well, whatever the hell it is.
Sure.
So,
sometimes they multiply randomly.
Yeah. So,
So
I mean, get ready, guys. 147 bosses. No easy task for one night.
Yeah.
You might want to carve out another night for it.
Take a weekend.
Yeah, maybe a weekend. There's no Overwatch this weekend, so you could go ahead and do that.
Exactly.
There's no Overwatch league. So, yeah.
At least there's no trash in Ulduar, so.
Yeah, none whatsoever.
Yeah, it'd be just straight to each of those 137 bosses.
It's really fun, though, guys. Do it. Try it. It's fun.
Right. No, it's good. And it probably will be a challenge. I mean, it really will, because there's, how many bosses are there? There's over 12. I mean, there's like 15 or something like that, right?
I mean, it sounds right. I don't remember.
It's somewhere in the teens. So just be ready, especially if you haven't done it before. So we'll see what happens. I'm psyched.
Yeah, me too.
I'm psyched. Are you also psyched for floofiness?
I'm ready to ride that floofy heckin' floaty boy.
Oh,
He's adorbs. I like that heckin' big doggo.
You better talk about it then.
The Shu Zen Divine Sentinel mount is now available on the Blizzard store to buy. He's your typical Blizz mount. Like, if you buy him on one character, all of your tunes get him. He's floofy. I guess he's in celebration of Year of the Dog, like, obviously. He's a heckin' big doggo, and he can fly, and apparently he wasn't floofy enough. Have they implemented the floof percentage?
I think they have.
Okay, so apparently he wasn't big enough,
right?
And that got a complaint on the forums. But then CM actually said that they had remarked something similar the day before, and that they were implementing 30% more floof.
Yes.
To the mount. So now you can ride in comfort and style. Highly recommend. He's absolutely adorable.
Chad is saying it then got defloofed again.
Did
it get defloofed?
Oh, what? That's the wrong thing.
That is the wrong thing to do for a doggo.
Yeah.
Make him
He's gotta be a heckin' big doggo. Did we just get bamboozled?
I think
I'm not down with that.
I think we got Blizzboozled. Wait, what?
Yes, I think. Hey, is that show title?
Maybe. I'm gonna write it down.
Defloofled.
Blizzboozled.
Anyway, so we have the doggo mount. And I know that, so people were like, oh, I can't believe that there's another mount on the Blizzard store, especially when there's a sub and all this kind of other stuff we have to pay for. Guys, calm down. You don't have to buy it.
You don't have to buy it.
No.
You know what you can do, though? You can suck up to your friends with money, and they can buy it for you.
Or WoW token the whole deal.
Or that.
Get some Blizz bucks and go spend it in the store.
Or just do the suck up thing like I suggested. It's a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, probably right. Actually, suck up to your friends, get them to give you gold, and then go and do the token thing.
There's so many ways to take advantage of your friends. And that's what I've taken away from this.
Right. Also, there was something else this week that happened in WoW, and we may have gotten a sneak peek at WoW Classic servers servers via Blizzard. And Gizmo, you haven't talked in a while. What has been going on with this particular aspect?
Yeah, so it's interesting. The World of Warcraft account sent out a tweet. Said 13 years ago today, World of Warcraft launched in Europe. Europe.
Or Europe.
Europe. But yes, there is a video on it, which initially looks like classic WoW footage. But there was a Reddit user, JPedWrote52. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. I'm going to go with it.
That's fine.
That it's not captured in current WoW engine with reduced draw distances and old versions of character models, but it's also not quite captured in the original engine because there are high definition shadows which weren't introduced until Wrath of the Lich King. So potentially here we have the new servers in engine
in kind of a Wrath of the Lich King kind of mode before so it's pre-cataclysm type of thing, maybe. That's what it's
so like. Potentially some of the changes we've talked about to just kind of going back and not necessarily all the way classic, but some things to make spice it up, make it look a little nicer. So maybe we have those high texture shadows.
And I know that we were talking about this last week as far as what classic should be and what kind of I am of the opinion that it should just be classic, like classic. I'm like, nope, you get nothing. You get
no
nothing.
High definition shadows.
No
you want classic, you get classic.
Right. You go in there.
Wow, into like going back and like doing and pulling all this old content that they never wanted to use again.
Right.
Like you bullied Blizzard into that.
Right.
That is exactly what you get.
Well, and that's what most of them want. And that's why I agree. If Blizzard is going to even just changing things like the shadows, like don't do it.
Right.
Give them classic. And it's different if it's actually easier in some way to update the software and update the graphics. Like if that's actually going to be easier for some reason because I don't know computers and things, then okay, I'm not going to make a big point or a big stink about it. But yeah, I think that it should be exactly what it was when it launched whatever patch they're going.
I want these plebs to experience what I experienced back in the day.
Just making water for everybody.
But a kid, just walking around leveling for 5 years, trying to make one goal.
Right.
I want them to roll
There we go.
I want them to roll a night elf and try to figure out how they are going to play with all of their friends that just roll a human.
Yeah,
that's what I want them to do.
Fall into Brambleblade Ravine as a baby Tauren and try to get back out.
Right.
Show me the way out.
Ooh.
You don't know. You don't know.
Nobody knows these things. I don't know, but maybe they'll get a few extra little, doodads. Who knows as far as what will happen with classic. I just hope that they don't give them too much because it's supposed to be an experience, and let's just make it that. And then people can say they played classic, and then they move on. They don't say that they played vanilla. They say they played classic, and then they can move on with their lives. After
Ian said classic means classic, any changes they make, it's not going to be good.
Right.
For people. I mean, either way, I don't think forums are going to be terrible one way or the other. But
I think you're absolutely right. So
the wise choice would be to leave it as vanilla as possible.
I like my vanilla with extra vanilla.
Extra vanilla.
Vanilla. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit of Heroes of the Storm.
Turned up to 11.
And Gizmo, Maiev, my everything Maiev. Or Maiev, however you want to pronounce it. Already too OP for HOTS.
Yes, she is. So we were expecting a balance change coming up tomorrow. However, she made it like 2-3 days before finally going in and giving her the nerf bat, which was needed. Makes sense. But they reduced her basic attack damage. They increased her maximum health in a big part because they took away her passive armor from her trait. So it's just kind of balancing that out. And then they also reduced the damage of Fan of Knives because that thing is crazy when people clump up because it's pretty much just casting as much as you want.
Right.
And they've made a few changes to talents. So we'll see where that goes. Cool. But overall, I think good changes there.
And I know that you were talking about this at the beginning, but there's also a new brawl going on. What's the new brawl? What's going on with that stuff?
Yes, so the new brawl, I think I talked a little bit about it last week, but it is live currently, and it's rocket racing. Yeah. So it's a completely brand new design for Heroes of the Storm, map unique to this event, and it's just 10. It's a free-for-all, just like Mario Kart, where your rocket's following your mouse where it's currently located. There are little speed boosts. There are envelopes that you pick up to where you can get rockets that you shoot forward to stun people, bombs that you drop behind you, or little things that make you immune and go faster. It's really short. It's maybe like 2 minutes. It's 7 laps on this thing, and it's fun to do. It's a fun little thing for them to add in. This is what I think brawls should be, are goofy little things that aren't technically related to the game. Yeah. So make sure to check it out. Again, it's really short, really easy to get those 3 in to get that chest. So make sure you do that.
And while you were talking, I was totally baiting Wicked Kitten in chat because I was like, Maiev, it's Maiev. She's like, no,
Maiev. Maiev. And I have to interject for a second because I have to disagree a little bit with Gizmo. I don't think the changes were good. They needed to change her more. She's still broken.
Well, no, but
her win rate.
Let's just say it's
her win rate is almost 60%. Still,
go ahead.
It's better to make slight tweaks here so that people are still continuing to play her. If they just nerf her and people stop playing her, they're not going to get the numbers they need. And they need to get the numbers so that when she goes live into the HGC, she is not completely broken or completely worthless, because you want to see her play in the HGC.
Yeah, you and then they take it down.
She'd be banned for HGC anyway because she's way too unbalanced. But anyway, I get what you're saying. I don't completely, but at the same time, she's not fixed.
Slight tweaks. Anything else Heroes of the Storm related, Gizmo, that you know of?
Yes, Heroes of the Dorm has started here, and regional play week 1 has concluded. It started on the 7th, and Florida State has defeated University of Pittsburgh. North Texas defeated University of California, San Diego, and Western University has defeated York University. And
no one will ever beat UC Irvine ever because they're at Blizzard HQ and it's totally rigged. So I'm just letting everybody know that's who the winner's going to be.
Blizzard can do whatever they want.
But you can, if you are wanting to watch these, you actually can. Raycom TV is producing a weekly 1-hour Heroes of the Dorm programs. That's kind of focusing on the schools, so you can check that out. I haven't actually been to that, but just look up Raycom TV Heroes of the Dorm.
Okay, all right. Well, let's move on to Overwatch. I know we've got a lot to talk about tonight.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
Nope, we're not. And Thyst,
hi.
I know that you play a lot of Overwatch, and you're wearing an Overwatch League jersey, the Jack in the Box team.
Hey.
I forget who the team is, but I know who the sponsor is because it's right there, right in the middle.
Dallas Fuel. It just goes under my boobs.
Oh, I'm sorry. But we have a few things going on in Overwatch this week. Especially, we have a free weekend this upcoming, correct?
Yeah, we do. It's a good excuse to get your friends and family hooked on the game, and then they'll get hooked on Overwatch League, and then you can watch Overwatch League with your friends and family and make friends and gain families, and it's going to be good for everybody.
Wow.
I really went into that, didn't I?
That seems like a lot more than what I expected.
Yeah, that's a lot of commitment.
It happens a lot. I'm sorry. Right. But yeah, no, it's February 16th to the 19th, and it's a free weekend on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It's all of the heroes. You can play whatever you want. There's no limitations or anything like that. You can play all of the maps, all of the modes. quick play, the arcades, you can level up and earn loot boxes. So basically, it's just like the game for free. And I think that's so smart because like it's exactly what you would have if you got the game. So if you tell your friends that don't play for whatever reason, hey, why don't you just try this game? And then, they'll level up a bit. They'll get to try all the maps, and then they're going to get loot boxes and get some sweet skins. And then they'll realize, oh no, I'm going to lose my skins if I don't buy this game. And,
Well, speaking of which, so it's also the Year of the Dog event, and so we have all of the new skins and all the new loots that are associated with that. And you said that you got everything that you wanted out of 50 loot boxes. Holy loot boxes!
It's fun.
So, what have been your favorite prizes from the loot boxes?
We got 6 new skins this year. 4 of them sort of represent and I had no idea about this beforehand, but there's apparently in the Chinese constellations, there's like a legend where like the sky is divided into 4 sections, and each section is represented by this mythological creature. So we've got the Azure Dragon, which is the Farah skin, the Phoenix, which is the Mercy skin, the Tortoise, which is the Zarya skin, and what I think is the coolest is the White Tiger, which is the Genji skin. And it is so cool. And when he does his dragon blade, you know how like a dragon comes out of his blade?
Yeah.
It's a tiger. He makes it like a cat.
What?
Like he puts a cat out there, and you're like,
that's awesome.
Probably.
That's awesome. So is there also a road dog skin like we predicted last week?
No, it's actually
It's
the other 2 skins are Widowmaker, the Black Lily. She looks really beautiful. That skin, interestingly enough, was sort of foreshadowed in a spray last year, and people are like, oh, I hope that becomes a skin. And there's Magistrate McCree, and I don't know how I feel about that skin yet, but it's fine. But we got tons of awesome skins, 6 of them. No dog skins. I was hoping for dog skins. We got some dog sprays and some dog voice lines, but
right. But no road dog.
We have Hanzo, and he has a skin where instead of dragons, it's wolves. We need a Hanzo skin that shoots corgis.
There is a Hanzo wolf skin as well, but that's from previous.
We need corgis.
Yeah.
All right.
Or pugs.
Right.
Or yes,
some
pugs
like doges.
Yes, some Shibas.
Right.
And then it's perfect. And the skin can be called Pug Hanzo because oh my gosh, people hate Hanzo. People hate pugs. And
how can anybody hate a pug?
Pugs? I'm talking about pugs for like in-game
pickup group.
The dog.
Yeah.
Right, got it. Yeah, that'd be cute though.
Yeah,
I'd like that. But yeah, no, it's great. And we got a new Capture the Flag map, which is absolutely beautiful.
It is great.
And you can do competitive Capture the Flag now, which is insane.
Which I hate a lot. But, I think I'm just frustrated with that whole thing. But the other cool thing that I found was that now you can change skins at the beginning of the actual match instead of having to, change skins back at the hero thing.
I didn't even know that.
So now you can do that. Again. Now it's even easier to change skins. So then you can play. Right. Well,
you can
have skin synergy with your team.
Just like in Heroes.
Skinergy.
Yep.
Skinergy.
You can have Skinergy. That sounds a lot sexier than what it actually is.
Yes, it does.
Right. Oh, jeez. This show.
Where's Banshee Ian?
Don't.
Where's the Banshee? I hate that picture.
That is the definition of Skinergy right there, folks.
I don't know, man.
If you're not watching the video, watch the video.
I don't know, man.
I dare you.
Oh, that seems... Oof. That seems weird. Hey, one more thing before we get going. Oh, yeah, there was something that came out this week that said no Hearthstone on Switch. So for that, you get Jaina saying...
My magic will tear you apart.
That's right. We want Hearthstone on all things. But apparently, they don't want it on Switch. So
that's too bad. Blizzard should be on all the things.
It doesn't... I have a Switch. If I was sitting there and I wanted to play Hearthstone, I would still play it on my phone. Or
I was going to say
iPad instead of a Switch.
If you have a Switch and not a smartphone, can I meet you?
So,
because that just seems like a very interesting person.
I'm rocking my Sidekick 2 still, yo.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got a flip phone.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
Yep.
My Motorola Razr.
Oh, those things never die.
No, they don't. Hey, and the one other thing that I actually kind of want to bring up, and it is esports related and Olympics related, going back to the top of the show, what people are watching most. So it's kind of a little bit of both right here. But it's about StarCraft 2.
I can dig that.
Oh, there we go. We actually had, so there was IEM Pyeongchang. I hope I pronounced that right.
Well
I probably didn't.
Sounds right.
But Thyst, since you work for an esports publication, online publication, why don't you tell people what actually happened? This is pretty cool.
Scarlett, is Scarlett Canadian?
Yes.
Is that
Scarlett's Canadian
cool.
from Ontario.
Yes, and I am also Canadian from Ontario, so
I thought it was perfect that you say something.
So I'm going to find out where she lives.
Oh boy! Wow.
I'm not going to do that.
That went
but
dark.
If I did, it would be to deliver Nanaimo bars and butter tarts because that's what Canadians appreciate. If you didn't know,
Okay.
She took the victory at the IM Pyeongchang, defeating the top Korean players in the world, and like who does that?
And
Nobody.
she came back into the game. I mean, she was really in her prime a few years ago, and came back and swept up. So,
yeah, she doesn't care.
No,
she doesn't care. No, she went in there and she did it.
She's a honey badger.
I think I don't know. It's just a really good time for esports for a woman to do this and to do it well, and to be something other than Korean. Those two things are really important right now. It's just sort of like the precursor to how I don't know, diverse this industry is going to become, and it gives women and people who aren't Korean something to look forward to and look up to and towards. And I hope that this news in particular is not so special. I mean, it's always going to be special, but I hope that it becomes the norm soon. And
you can even say the same thing. I really appreciate that not only is it a woman in esports, but also that she's also from NA, which is awesome. I love that. But I think that just getting more women involved into esports is definitely a good thing, especially in professional esports at the top levels of competitive play.
Yeah.
Like Aguri over in Overwatch League finally signed into the play with the Dragons and all this other kind of stuff.
Yes.
So, which is awesome. I love all that stuff, and I only hope that it becomes kind of normal and boring.
We're doing it. It's happening now. It's slowly trickling in. It's happening now, and I couldn't be happier that it is affiliated with Blizzard.
Right.
So, congrats, Blizz.
Yeah.
This is great.
There we go. Now, is there anything else from all of the things that we've talked about tonight, or anything besides what we talked about tonight that you guys wanted to bring up now? Because now would be the time to do it.
We learned that Gizmo loves gnome hunters and hates pugs.
Yes,
I love pugs.
Both the dogs and the players.
You are taking the wrong thing away from
who doesn't love gnome hunters? Everyone. Who loves pugs?
No one
likes pugs. Right. No one.
Right.
So this guy right here.
Gizmo is very black and white. He sees the world in black and white. It's just one way or the other. It's just his way or the highway. That's the way it goes.
Wrong side of gamer history here.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, I'm colorblind, Thyst.
Oh.
That's the takeaway. That's the takeaway. He's actually colorblind. That's why his world is black and white.
Yeah.
No.
Got it.
Not true.
Like a dog.
All right,
I'm jealous because then you'd see the world the same way my dog does, and he seems to very much enjoy the world. So
all right, we are gonna get out of here. But before we do, let's talk about how people can find us and what we're up to and all the special things in our lives. Not all of them, but maybe gaming-related things that are happening over the next week or two. Gizmo, I'll start with you. What's going on with you? Where can people find you?
You can find me all over the internets at Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all those things at Gizmozord. You can find my Heroes of the Storm podcast, Lords of the Storm, on all those things as well. And hey, what are you doing on Wednesday nights, especially this Valentine's Day? Do you want a really special night with your significant other? You should come on by Lords of the Storm, the live show, at 9 p.m. Central over at twitch.tv/Lords of the Storm and share a wonderful night with your significant other.
I love the like deadpan read. That's awesome. That was awesome. I loved it. Okay, Shark, you're up next. What's going on with Merely a Setback and you?
Merely a Setback is a podcast. It is recordings on Monday nights, except for the past 2 Monday nights, where first time I got busy. First time I got busy, second time I got sick. However, we are recording tomorrow night, so listen to us instead of Gizmo's podcast. No, but we normally record Monday nights at 9. Check us out, Setback Podcast on all the things. You can also find me, Sharku_CTR at all the things, Twitter, Twitch.
At Twitter, Twitch, Facebook.com.
Facebook.
I think that should be a new thing.
That's probably
I'm not on Facebook yet.
Twitter,
I have
Twitch, Facebook.com. That's where I'm at.
Facebook
that
terrifies
whole
me.
All right, and Thyst, what's happening with you and your topics? I don't know.
Let's see. Okay. Hi, I'm Thyst. Right. No, I do a podcast called Laggy Balls, and it's weekly, but we don't record on Wednesdays or anything like that. So you should definitely check out Lords of the Storm if you would like to have a nice time on Valentine's Day.
Right.
But that comes out weekly, usually on Mondays. On Fridays, we do a talk show just about absolutely nothing. So if you'd like to tune into that, it's on Twitch under Lagging Balls on Friday nights. And you can find me online at Twitch, Thyst03. And I'm writing for DoubleTap.com. It's DBLTAP.com. And if you like esports, then you will like Double Tap.
There we go. And you can find me at Pat Crane with a K pretty much everywhere. Everywhere on the internet.
Oh.
Everywhere. And don't forget,
hang on.
Hey, if you're looking to be if you want to be a writer, help us out. Volunteer, be a writer for Convert to Raid and the Battlenet shows. Feel free to go to battlenetnews.com and sign up there. Otherwise, join in on the conversations we're having anytime. Just join the Bazoobaguabo Nation. I lost my place there. Join the Bazoobaguabo Nation by heading over to converttoraid.com. That's where we have all the things. We have show downloads, we have Discord info, videos, audios, guild stuff, our swag store. We have Blizzard news that's just popping up when it happens, as it happens. And
I love that.
Yeah. We even have a new section with all of you monkeys on it. It's true. It's called the Convert to Raid Podcast Network, and it features your shows and other players from all the Convert to Raid things that are going on. So make sure to go to converttoraid.com and check it out. You can enjoy bunches of shows right there. Convert to Raid is produced and distributed by Signals Media. That's going to do it for the show. Thanks, guys, for joining me tonight. Thank you, Twitch chat, as always. It's been interesting to see what you guys have to say tonight, as always. And thank you guys, no matter where you're picking us up. We love that you are. And if we can help, if we can answer your questions or, talk to you about different things that are going on, just let us know. Converttoraid.com or converttoraid@gmail.com or converttoraid on Twitter, whatever you guys want. Okay, that's going to be it for the show. Once again, for all the guys at Convert to Raid, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Do the Chewbacca. Yep.
Permission to speak informally, Pat?
Oh no.
Can I do that yet?
Wait, what?
We're still recording.
What?
Were we still recording? Because I have to tell you something.
Well, we're still live.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So you said that you could find Pat Crane everywhere online?
Everywhere.
I checked.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. And what did you find out? Was it everywhere?
Let's see. So there's a special actress named Darla Crane. Are you related?
That's my dog, Darla Crane.
Yeah, well,
that got weirder.
You know, she's doing stuff here too.
Okay.
There's Carrie and Pat's first time on film. They look like a nice older couple.
Is it Crane now?
No, just Carrie and Pat.
All right. See,
we've got,
that's not necessarily me. I'm at Pat Crane with a K.
just let me see. There's a video called Pat's Long Wet Tongue.
That might be true.
It might be true. I'm not
What
sure.
is-
Probably not.
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
I just scrolled down.
All right.
See, it's not entirely true. You got to get into this market.
Yeah.
I Googled Pat Crane, but I feel like you weren't looking this up on Google.
She wasn't on Google.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No,
She was on the internet.
She was on the internet.
God.
She was everywhere.
Is that the dark internet?
The dark web.
The dark web with the commercials?
The dark web.
The dark web. I am not Pat Crane on the dark web.
Where my credit card number is on the dark web?
Yes. And your social
Are
security
you buying
number.
organs? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Where you can buy a liver. That's everything.